this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we are here for another one of our countdown to Christmas. We are day 14. So day 14 in my countdown to Christmas advent calendar series is this paper bag folio which we made together. So obviously a lot of this is going to be, you know, things that you've seen before, but obviously I haven't done a flip through of it. So yeah, this is obviously the flip through of the finished article, and this will be listed in my shop today at 2 p.m. GMT. So yeah, let's kind of have a look. So obviously this has been made using an altered paper bag. It's a black on cream paper bag which I had been hoarding for a long time and was, you know, expecting to go down the black and cream route. I have not gone down the black and cream route at all. I, you know, deviated hugely from that. But I really love how it turned out. So yeah, on the cover we've got a whole bunch of different colours going on here. Let's not kid ourselves. It just went, oh, Luna, took on a life of its own basically. So lots of different things on here, but I really like how it turned out, and yeah, hopefully you guys really like it. And it's also got one of my jabbos on there and things, and a couple of flowers, some fabric ruffle, loads of different laces and things all over there. It's just you know, feast for the eyes really. And then on the back cover we've just got some fabric and lace and things like that, sort of collaged up really, mainly because I was covering up this envelope flap that was there. So that was kind of the, you know, the purposes of doing that. So opening this up, on the inside of the front cover, we have got all sorts of different things going on. So of course we can see glimpses of the original paper bag. We've got a flap going down here. So I'm just going to have to move this up slightly. So this is actually an envelope. So obviously we've got things in there. Now on here, you've got some vintage brick image and then a label and some lace and some Diamante. Opening, we've got here, oops, one of my little lined note cards, just in the pretty lilac colours there. Just so gorgeous. And yeah, obviously, like I say, this did take on a sort of much more coloured effect than I'd expected, but I really love how it turned out. So then you've got another one of those lined journal cards there, and they're obviously available in my shop. You've got a piece there from my button cards which are available. And then you've got some lace going down here. This is a ticket. I think this is from the Junk Journal Basics kit. And then tucked in this first pocket, oh, also this is a pocket. So we've got a piece tucked in here. This is just a journal card. I think this is actually from the printables that were contained in the physical kit, which are not yet in my shop at the moment. So yeah, that's what that is. Then we've got, this is one of my Victorian floral album printables, which obviously we made pockets, and I think we did do this on video. So this is one of those pockets. Absolutely love how it looks. You've got some vintage document in there, and then you've got a ribbon and a wax seal. Now that wax seal is a little bit lumpy. I just want to point that out. But how well does those colours just go? It looks so pretty, doesn't it? And then you've just got some journal cards tucked in there. So these two are just from my Vintage Ephemera Set 5 kit, and that one again is from the lined journal cards. So that all tucks back in to there, like that. And that just goes in like that. And then you've got this, which is a vintage book page for another pocket. And tucked into there, you've obviously got a couple more bits. So then you've got some detail here with some vintage book page, flowers, a bow. You've got there a cluster from my Florentine kit. It's, you know, lots of things going on. So tucked into that pocket, we've got a lovely tag here, which it's just been made using some vintage sheet music, one of my faux stamped images, and a label from the Junk Journal Basics kit, and again another wax stamp seal there. And then this here, this is some vintage you know, document here, and then you've got other little snippets from some other vintage document there, and then you've got some pages for journaling, just kind of scraps of like food colour paper and that kind of deli paper, and that's held together in the corner by that pretty brad with the pearl. So just, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. It looks very scrumptious, I have to say. So then moving across, what I did, I've just tucked in a bunch of vintage documents. So I can't remember whose channel I saw this on. It may well have been Ruby and Pearl. She just does the most beautiful vintage kind of inspired things. But yeah, I think it may have been her. And she just used like some vintage documents folded as a kind of like holder, if you like, for some other things. So I thought, well, I'm going to do that because these were quite big vintage documents, as you can see. So, and they, you know, they're water damaged and things like that, you know, because they are vintage documents. That wasn't me. That was how, you know, how I bought them. But I thought this was quite nice because you're keeping them in their original form. You know, we've got some torn bits on here and things, but you know, that's how these were or are, you know. So I've just kind of bunched them together. So you've got 3 of them, and obviously you could cut those down, you can fold them, you know, you could use them how you like. And then you've got this one here. Again, I've just edged it with some lace, as I have done obviously with this one. And then what I did was I've just made a little kind of, I don't know what you would call this, but yeah, just a little bunch of documentation basically. So you've got here on the front some vellum, which again has got some lace trim going down the edge. Absolutely love how that looks. And then I've just punched all of these documents with obviously my eyelet setter and then those big eyelets down there. And then tied some ribbon through. So that's how everything's held together, is in that, you know, ribbon kind of cluster type effect. And then you've got a whole bunch of different things. So you've got some vintage documents, again, some lace on the edge of there, some more vintage document there, more here and there. And then obviously you've got some plainer pieces as well for journaling. You've got some of that sort of internal envelope page, more vintage documents and things on there. So you've got quite a lot of journaling space there, and you've got obviously flexibility to use it how you like. So, you know, a lot of these you could like gesso over, you could paint over them, you know, or you could obviously take them out and use them for pieces, making pieces of ephemera yourself. Obviously, if you wanted to undo this, you just undo that tied up bow, and then you can take all of the pages, separate them out, and then, you know, use the pages. Likewise, if you wanted to add additional sheets, you know, sheets of coffee dyed paper or anything else, you would just punch the holes and, you know, undo these, maybe take these couple of bits off that I like to think are sort of cover pieces, and then you'd put them in here and tie your ribbon again. So I just love how that looks. And like I say, I cannot claim that to be my initial idea. I did see that kind of concept on somebody else's, or it could have been an Angie Happy Mail video. I can't honestly remember. But I just love how that looks, and it's got a squishy, lovely, you know, yummy kind of feel. And of course, you know, it's a lot of vintage stuff in there, which is just, you know, yummy. So that's that. Then this side, we've got obviously a flap that opens there. We've got this envelope here. So this envelope, again, we've decorated it up with a few different things. So we've just got here a little vintage cigarette card, and then just one of my little ticket printables held together just with this lovely, you know, ribbon and the wax seal. Again, that wax seal, not great. Just want to point that out. This one here is one of my little postcard printables, and then this here is some vintage document, and then some food colour paper, and I think some vintage document there. So that just tucks in like that. Okay, you've got some lace trim and some diamante, and then a little flower. And then we open this up, and then we've got some bits here. This is from my vintage buttons, button card kits, and then this is from my Florentine papers. Some lace trim down the edge, some flower, and some diamante down there. And then in here, this is just a printable from the Myrtle Cottage kit. Oops, I think there's a couple from there. So yeah, these are both from the Myrtle Cottage kit. And then this here is from the, I think it's the Vintage Ephemera set 5. So, yep, they all just slot into the envelope like that. Then on this, you know, opening kind of flap, we've got here some vintage sheet music forming a large pocket, and then one of my button cards on there. And again, it's got one of the vintage house images there stuck onto there. And then you've got a lined journal card. Again, it's been inked up, and that just tucks in to the side like that. Okay, and then tucked into that large pocket, we've got here, this is one of those altered packaging pieces, which I definitely, you know, did a video of this. And then we've got this gorgeous snippet roll piece on here. I love this journal card so much. Kind of tempted to hoard it, but yeah, it's in here now. But yeah, I was very tempted to hoard it. So super, super pretty. And then this one here as well, like a little tag. Again, it's just kind of got lots of the blues, and I don't think there's really any other blues in this folio, but because they're both contained here, I just thought they looked really, really, really pretty. So that one just goes in like that. Okay, so then we can open this out. Now I'm going to do this middle bit, I think, first. So the middle bit here, we've got obviously an envelope here. Again, you know, we did do all of this together, or most of this together. You've got a journal card tucked in there, and then you've got some vintage book page, one of my Edwardian lady printables, and then a little flower on there, some lace trim, and then that opens out, and you've got again a piece from my pink lady printables. This is actually a journaling card, which I've only just noticed is in fact empty, so I will just see if I've got anything behind me that I can just tuck into there. Okay. I'm not going to have anything small enough now. Okay, I've got this one. It is just plain white on the back, but you know, at least there's something in there now. So that one goes in there like that. Okay, and then you've got some flowers and some lace and some faux de monte. Then you've got this one here, which is again is another sort of envelope flap. Love this, how this looks, it's so pretty. So you've got some doily, that vintage book image, and then some lace, and then this, oh, just love how this looks with this pretty pink ribbon and the you know, wax caboche on there. It just looks so just delicate and yeah, really pretty. It's probably my favorite part of the whole folio. And then we've got a tag that I've just tucked into there. You know, again, it's got some vintage documents and things, and then some printable. It just looks really, really pretty, and that just slides in like that. Okay. Okie dokie. And then turning over the page, you've got another one of those pink lady printables, and then tucked in there, you've got a couple of my faux postcard printables, and they just go in like that. You've got some flowers. And then this side, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. So first of all, we've got a rusted paper clip, which is holding on a couple of journal cards, one from the Myrtle Cottage and one from the, you know, the faux button printables. And then we've got behind there a, whoops, fold down flap. Oh dear, I have not glued this this label on. So yeah, let me just quickly glue that down now. Okay, so that's glued down now. Right, so the faux rusted paper clip, that's holding those on. Then you've got this fold down flap, you've got some lace, you've got some bling, and then this just folds open. So you've got journaling space here and obviously here. I hope you can kind of see that, but it's here. So that folds down. Then you've got here another little flap from this vintage document here. So love how it's got kind of the bit of kind of script and things on there. Oh, you've got a pocket here, which now I've just noticed is also empty. So let me just drag my printables back in. See if we can put that one in there. Oops, it might fit. Okay, so that one fits there. So that's fine. Oh my goodness, another pocket there. What is going on with me? Hang on. Okay, let me just another one. Okay. Oh, no, that's not really quite right. Oh dear. Oh, this is just turning out to be a nightmare. I now can't find a printable that's going to fit in there. Okay, let's have a look. Will that one fit? Okay, so that one fits in there. Okay, so you've got journaling cards in those now. So you've got a pocket here and a pocket here. You've got this little flap that goes down there, and then this one goes up, and then you've got obviously those journal cards, and then the paper clip goes through the whole bunch of that. So it's holding, whoops, the flap down, the flap up, and obviously the journal cards. Then you've got a pocket behind, which contains all of this stuff. And then you've got another one of those pretty book images there. So you've got some pink lady printables there. You've got some vintage ephemera. Excuse me. Now again, this is torn here. this is how this was when I bought it. So, you know, I recognise that it's kind of like, you know, lopsided. That's how it was when it came to me. So I just want to point that out, because this, of course, it is vintage document. And then you've got a little postage stamp. Again, all of the bits that are on here, you know, well, I mean, the postage stamp, the lace, of course, I put on there, and the boot I put on there as well. But I just thought that looked very, very pretty. Then you've got a journal card, just made with some bits and pieces, and then a couple of printable journal cards there. And then again, this is some more vintage document. I love this one. It's probably, again, my favourite pull-out piece of this whole folio. So again, it's some genuine vintage ephemera, and all the marks on it, you know, those splotches, they were there. So just love how that looks. And then that closes up and then just tucks in behind there. So how lovely is that? So I, of course, just added the lace and, you know, the closure type part. But I just love how that looks. It's, oh, yummy, yummy, and feels gorgeous to touch. That just all tucks in like that. Okay, so then going back over, we've got this side now, which on here we've got a couple of pockets. So we've got this front pocket, we've got another button card here, we've got some lace and some diamante. We've got a vintage cigarette card, goes into the button pocket. And then here we've got two pockets. So in the back pocket, you've got another one of those Pink Lady journal cards. And then you've got one of those, excuse me, wraparound pieces. This was not my idea, but of course we have made these in a mass making session. So this was inspired by Scrapbooking with Me, Edith over there. So, you know, Edith, if you do stumble across this, I just want to say thank you for that wonderful idea, and I really hope that you're doing well. You know, obviously she's not had the best time of late, so yeah, I do hope that she's doing great. Just noticed that these are empty, so I'm just going to fill these pockets if I can. So a journal card in there, and then a little tag in there. We'll just put a tag in that side, and then yeah, we'll just put another one in there, I think. So, oops, no, oh, I'm going in the wrong way, I think. So yeah, okay, so those pockets are stuffed now. So yeah, love this little book. So, and then of course it just wraps back around on itself, and you know, the baker's twine just wraps around like that. So that's in that back pocket there. Then what we have is tucked in the front of those two pockets is we've got a variety of journal cards like that. And then we've also got a little vintage document piece here. So again, it's kind of plain there, and you could journal on there. But of course, you've got the lovely yumminess of the vintage document there. And then just a little clustered up item on the front. So you've got that, and then you've got another one of those beautiful vintage document pieces held together with the pearly, you know, pearly brad with a wax seal and a tassel this time. Love how this looks. It's just so pretty. And that's got, again, some more vintage pieces, and then some of that deli paper and some of the, you know, the food coloured paper as well. So, you know, again, quite a good amount of journaling space in there. And then this all closes round. And then, yeah, we're back to the front. Sorry, I forgot what was going on there. So, yeah, and then it closes round. And then, of course, we've got the vintage documents and things all in there. Now, I haven't actually used a closure for this at all because, you know, it lays pretty flat. I mean, especially once you've taken those vintage documents out, it's really laying very flat. And I didn't want to actually damage it by kind of like closing it and dragging this round, if that makes sense, because I felt like it could actually damage it and, you know, yeah, curl it round. I don't know whether, you know, you guys kind of think that, or whether, you know, you would be happy for it to be closed. In which case, you know, you could, of course, just use something like some ribbon. If I just see what I've got here behind me. And what have I got here behind? Okay, so I've got some of this. Let me just pull this. Okay, so you could just have some ribbon. So I will include, obviously, the ribbon you know, just so as it has got a closure. I'm going to do it quite loosely so as it hopefully doesn't damage it and kind of bend it round. But, you know, of course, obviously it's up to you whether you would even want to use the ribbon. Now I'm just going to take this and do it, I think, in half, because I think it would look pretty with the like double bow thing going on. So yeah, let's just take that round there. Oh, sorry if you can hear the siren out there. Okay, and yeah, we'll just do a, you know, a pretty sort of double bow there. It just, you know, makes it look a bit sort of more fancy, doesn't it? So I'm just going to cut this off here. I'll just get my scissors that are laying around somewhere, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. I mean, I have 2 pairs of scissors here. How on earth can you just lose 2 pairs of scissors? There we go. So again, just going to then dovetail those ribbons. Okay. Okie dokie. So yeah, I mean, just so as it's got a closure, as I say, I mean, it doesn't really need one, but you know, just in case you kind of felt like it did, then that's that. So yeah, I really hope that you like it, and you know, it turned out to be a massive project, you know, and yeah, went in a complete direction of its own. And yeah, thank you so much to everyone who watched the series. I really appreciate all your lovely feedback, and all your taking the time to comment and things. So yeah, thank you so much. And if you would like this, obviously it will be listed in my Etsy shop today at 2 p.m. GMT. And yeah, good luck everybody, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.